Hey guys, Jamie from Guildbrook Farm, and today we're going to be winterizing our mobile coop. So fall is officially here. Temperatures are dropping down to low 40s, and this weekend it is calling for freezing temperatures up here in the Appalachian Mountains. So we need to winterize this coop so our chickens stay nice and toasty. Before we get to that though, I have a few announcements. So the first announcement is that we are going to start doing a little Sunday morning chat. We do a lot of how-to videos around here where we show you what we're doing, but we don't always go into the hows and whys of things. I know you guys have a lot of questions for us, especially surrounding the house. And we haven't really addressed those yet, mostly because we're still trying to figure it out ourselves. But if you guys have any questions for us, feel free to leave them down below, and we are going to save all those questions, and we're going to have a video coming out every Sunday answering your questions and just having a little coffee chat with you. The second announcement is that this weekend only, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all of our Guildbrook Farm tees, sweatshirts, swag, all that kind of stuff, coffee mugs is going to be on sale for 15% off. Coupon code is Guildbrook15. I'm going to leave that down below so you guys know. Again, it's only Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you guys are looking to stock up on some winter gear, now's the time to do it. Save 15%. We do ship internationally, so definitely check that out and just see what we have. Finally, the last announcement is I'd like to invite you all over to my Guildbrook art channel over on Instagram. For those of you guys that don't know, I do pet and wildlife colored pencil portraits. And right now I only have 2 openings left if you're looking to get a commissioned portrait done for Christmas. I know a lot of people want to get pet portraits done of, say, their deceased pets for a loved one for a Christmas gift. I do those. I do work off of a photo. And if you guys are interested in seeing what I'm up to, go check that out. And if you're interested in having one done, especially for one for Christmas, definitely reach out to me right away. All of the portraits that I do are done with archival colored pencils. They're done on acid-free paper. They each take me somewhere about 25 to 30 hours each. So if you're interested in seeing that kind of stuff or just following along, go check out Guildbrook Art. Again, I'll leave that down below in the description. And now to insulating our coop. So this is our 3rd mobile coop design, and so far it is my favorite. If you guys are interested in knowing how we built this, I'll link to that video up above and also down in the description. But I absolutely love this coop. It is the best design of the 3 that we've done so far, and I think this is the one to go with. Now, I got the idea for this design from Walter at Sugar Mountain Farm. He's up in Vermont. He has a pig farm up in Vermont. And being in Vermont, they get a lot of cold temperatures. So the way that they handle cold temperatures with this type of coop is he envelops almost the entire thing in foil bubble wrap. And that's what we're going to do here today, because if they can make it work in Vermont, we can make it work here in the Carolinas. And so that's what we're going to try to do today. We're going to take off this tarp and see if we can get this foil bubble wrap to adhere somehow with duct tape or something to this mesh wire. We're going to do the whole sides, and we're also going to do part of the back and part of the front. We want to make sure that there's some good airflow going through there, but for the most part, the foil bubble should trap a lot of the chicken heat and still allow for a lot of ventilation. So we're going to see if it works. This is the other benefit of having mobile nest boxes. You can move the whole chicken and everything. She's like, WTF.
What are you doing in there, Tammy? You're in mommy mode again?
So before we go and put the foil bubble on, I'm going to trim this lower roost and make it the same length as this higher roost right here, so that they're both on the same level. We used to have 3 roosts in there, and they were staggered highest to lowest. That's before we culled down our flock to just 20 chickens. Now we only need the 2. And in order to prevent some of the quarreling and fighting as to who gets top roost, we're going to make them the same level. So that's what we're going to do right now.
Curves. 6 foot. Oh, okay. Cut right here.
I'll hold it, you cut.
Move, Tammy.
It's overlapping down here, so I don't know if that's what you want.
I want it to go down towards the bottom of the wood, but
It is.
not all the way.
Exactly, that's exactly what it
Okay.
is. It's like a half inch from the bottom.
Okay. Crossbone CRKT. I've been carrying this for a month since we did that battle box review, and what I said about the liner lock, it got me.
This thing's putting off some heat.
The radiant barrier.
You gonna put this in your house at all?
I don't know. See how it performs here. It might.
This stuff is definitely putting out some heat now that the sun's out. It's reflecting off and kind of cooking us a little bit. For the back part here, it's going to get a little tricky because we don't want to cover the whole thing. We want to leave enough room for ventilation. The main thing that we really want to do is make sure that these roosts are covered from any direct wind hitting the chickens at night. So we're going to kind of put this right across the middle, and then we're going to work on the door. All right, we got the sides, back, and front covered with plenty of ventilation going through. If we need to cover it up more, we can do that because we have extra, but we're going to try and leave it like this. We don't want to close it off too much. We're not trying to create a solar oven for the chickens. So right now we're just going to put the tarp back on to kind of hold that down in case any wind gusts occur, and that'll be it. All right, so it's the next day. I let the chickens out this morning and it was warmer inside the coop than it was outside the coop. However, it wasn't quite warm enough. I feel like this could be improved by sealing up these sides a bit more. And I think probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure it all the way to the top and just kind of leave a flap hanging down. I could always seal that if I need it closed off even more, but it just needs it closed off more so the heat can stay trapped a little bit more. And that's one of the benefits of doing this in bits and pieces, is that you don't waste material. You can always add on and improve as things go on. The other thing that I noticed is that this duct tape is not sticking to this Reflectix. I came in and sealed some of these up this morning, but it's just not sticking to the wood, or it's not sticking to itself, or to the Reflectix on the side. You can see on the sides coming off as well. I do know they make a special Reflectix foil tape that goes with this. It's pretty expensive. It's about $8 a roll. I might have to pick a roll up because this isn't quite working. I can also use cable ties. It's something that I'm trying to avoid because I really don't want to puncture this and end up tearing it. I want to be able to use it year after year. So I might end up having to go to a home improvement store and pick up a roll of that just to kind of seal up some of these edges. But for right now, we're going to stick with the duct tape because that's all I have. Well, crap. The duct tape didn't even work just to hold it up temporarily until I could go to town to get the Reflectix. We tried packing tape, and that was even worse. So we ended up just using good old cable ties. You see we put them through every couple of feet. You can see the green one's better. So that should hold, but it's not ideal. Just what we have right now, and running to town last minute is just not a thing when you live remotely. So this will just have to do for these pieces, and hopefully we can salvage these for next winter and the winter after. But right now we're going to do the other side. Alright, cable ties for the win. We ended up having to use the cable ties on the front. I think the back will be okay, but if not, we'll end up cable tying that as well. And that's it. Jeremy was on the inside, and it was nice and cool inside, and I am freaking roasting out here with this sun reflecting off of this thing. Hopefully this will work for the chickens. If you guys have used this in the past, whether success or failure, leave it down below. I want to hear your comments, and if you guys think you want to try this stuff, I'm going to leave a link to the Reflectix in the description. You guys can check that out, and let me know if you do try it out, and we're going to test it through this winter and see how it works for us. Catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.